Hey there everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are back again with another task by the Let's Grow More virtual internship program. Today's task is quite simple. It's basically you have to convert your image to a pencil sketch. Now we have been provided with an image, a colored image. Now we have to convert that colored image to a pencil sketch. So let's see how we can go about with this. We'll be using the OpenCV library. So let's import all the relevant dependencies. As always, we have the matplotlib for visualization of a plotting. We have the OpenCV package. Now, in order to import OpenCV, you can't, unlike the other packages, you can't write import OpenCV. So you have to go with import CV2. So that's the alias for OpenCV. Now, for converting an image to a pencil sketch, there are a few procedures. The first is to obtain the image and read the image in RGB format. Second, we are converting that colored image to grayscale. Then we will be inverting the grayscale, or inverting basically means we are taking the negative of the grayscale. We are blurring that particular negative, and then in order to create the pencil sketch, we are mixing the grayscale image with the inverted blurry image. Now let's see how we can go about with this process. Step 1 is basically we are obtaining our image. Now here I've used OpenCV, so I'm using cv2.imread of dog.jpg. I'm having a dog image. Next, what I'm doing is I'm converting the color of the image from BGR to RGB. Now, I'll explain to you why I'm using that. I am using Matplotlib to visualize it. So, in Matplotlib, your image will be read as RGB format, red, green, and blue. But if you're using OpenCV, then your image can be read as blue, green, and red. So, in case you're using Matplotlib, then this is the right option. But if you are preferring to use OpenCV, instead of these last three lines of code, you can just add these two and you will get the similar output. You don't have to convert it to RGB. Now you can see here we have the dog image ready. Next we will convert the dog image to a grayscale. The colored image will convert to grayscale image. So we'll be using CVT color, CV2 dot color, RGB to gray. So when we do that, we get a grayscale image here. Next, our main objective is to obtain the negative, or basically invert the image. Now, by default, we know that grayscale images have a pixel values from 0 to 255. So in order to get the inverse of that particular image or to obtain the negative, it's as simple as taking the highest value, which is 255, and you're subtracting with the pixel value, whatever is the pixel value. So it can be 120, it can be 180. It differs from for each blocks. So here you can see this is our negative of our grayscale image. Next, we'll be applying the Gaussian blur. Now, why are we applying the Gaussian blur? Its main priority is to reduce the noise, and it also reduces the amount of detail in an image. So this procedure is called smoothing of an image. Now, there are a few parameters that you need to consider. Like you have your Gaussian blur. When you're calling your Gaussian blur, first you have to give in your image, which is our inverted gray. Next, we're specifying the kernel size. Now, kernel size is assumed to be of odd pair, like 3, 3, 5, 5. So here I've used 25, 25. But do keep in mind a higher or a larger kernel size, then more blurred the image will be. And because of this, we might lose certain features that is very necessary. Now, sigma x and sigma y need not play a role. So if you set this to 0, then the kernel size will be the width of our Gaussian kernel. So when we do that, we can see that this is a blurred image. Next, our final procedure is to blend the grayscale image with a blurred negative. Now, in order to do this, first we need to convert the blurred negative. We actually have to take the inverse of the blurred negative first. So we know how to take the inverse, right? We can just do 255 minus x or whatever is the pixel value. Now, in order to blend the grayscale image with that blurred negative, it's as simple as dividing the grayscale image with that blurred negative. So we can use the CV2 dot divide function for that, and we can use the gray image, and we're dividing that with the inverted blur. Finally, we get our output value like this. Now, there are other methods to do this as well. You can use full OpenCV. Now, I've just used a mix of OpenCV and Matplotlib, where Matplotlib is only used for showing the final output. So, please do feel free to comment down below, and thank you guys.